right, Matt, we have a really fun one at women's flyweight between Montana De La Rosa. Maybe you heard me say Mark De La Rosa earlier on. He is on the prelims, taking on Romero Borella. And this is a fun one, Matt, because at 125, we have a lot of movers and shakers in both the men's 125 and the women's 125. And Matt, flyweight on fire. This is a fun one because Montana De La Rosa in her last one, it didn't go her way against a primary striker in Andrea Lee. And for Romero Borella, she lost to Lauren Murphy. And hey, those two fought last weekend at UFC 247, so there's a little fun one. But in this one, Montana De La Rosa getting the shine over her husband. This is one where it's a lot of fun because Romero Borella, a little bit more experienced, a little bit older as well, 33 years old, De La Rosa at 25. But they both do the same thing well, and that's where this gets very interesting because for De La Rosa, under the UFC banner, whether it was on The Ultimate Fighter or in the UFC, all of her wins have been by finish, and they've all been by submission. Whereas Romero Borella, decisions, split, or unanimous, but she showcased that grappling ability, and that's what makes this one a very fun one. I feel like as far as an overall ceiling is concerned, De La Rosa has the higher ceiling, but it is a very interesting matchup. What do you think of this one?
So I do think that this is going to be one of those fights where in the first half of the first round, you're going to be able to kind of tell where the fight's going to go. For Romero Borella, she is going to have to defend a lot of takedowns in this fight because when the striking's not working out, we saw it in the Andrea Lee fight, she just kind of spams takedown attempts, and she doesn't always get into the best position for them. She won't, try to use her striking to set up the takedowns. She kind of just goes to what her base is, and that is wrestling. And against someone like Romero Borella, you're not going to be able to kind of have that luxury of, okay, I'm just going to wrestle. Because if she does defend that first, second, third takedown, you're going to have to strike with her. And she's a very rangy striker. Really good kicks, too. She uses them a lot. And if she is able to keep this fight on the outside, leg kicks, body kicks, using her jab, working her range, it's going to be a very hard time for De La Rosa to close that distance, get the takedowns. It's an interesting fight in the women's flyweight division because it's such a wide open division, really. I mean, 1 or 2 wins can get you to that title shot. And not to say either one of these ladies have a chance against Valentina. It's just, you don't need that much momentum to eventually get a title shot. I do agree with what you said. De La Rosa has a much higher ceiling, I believe. It's just kind of a case of where is Romero Borella in her career, and has De La Rosa surpassed her just yet?
And as far as the odds are concerned, De La Rosa is a minus 175 favorite to Romero Borella's plus 145. 83% of voters over on Tapology are taking De La Rosa to win. Of them, 68% saying by decision. A little bit in there saying by submission, Matt. I think this is a really fun fight. Let's move over onto our prediction and our picks here. I'm going to be taking De La Rosa. I think if she can even put together combos, we can see it from Romero Borella. She's good at range, but it's just one. And if De La Rosa can mix in some combos and maybe get some takedowns, I think she's going to be able to get a win here.
So I agree with that 100% for the first round, but I feel like if Montana can't get those takedowns in round 2 and 3, Romero Borella is going to be able to kind of steal those rounds and win the decision. So I'm actually going to go with the underdog in this one.
Matt, let's see what happens. You're not going to want to miss the rest of our predictions here for UFC Rio Rancho Fight Night picks over there. Make sure you check them out. Give us some shine.